Is anybody else cold all the time? I'm cold all the time since I've lost 200 pounds now. Yeah, I'm down in Wonderland and 198 from 398. Yep, I was almost 400 pounds 10 years ago when I started my journey. It took me several years to get 130 pounds off naturally, as they say. And then I had gastric bypass in 2021. And that was a revision surgery because I had this horrible acid reflux surgery where they suture the very top of your stomach around your esophagus to keep that acid from coming up and everything. But anyway, oh my God, it was such a nightmare. For 20 years, I was around the hospital all the time. Ketoacidosis, dehydration. I mean, you name it. It was dumping syndrome on steroids. And doctors wouldn't believe me when I'd say, I think I'm having this dumping syndrome that people have when they have stomach surgery. And they said, no, that's just for people with gastric bypass. Anyway, 2017, I begged the doctor that gave me that surgery to take it down. He refused. He said he didn't even think he'd given me that surgery because I was too heavy. I was so confused when I left his office, I didn't even know what to say, you know. I didn't speak up. Those were, I didn't speak up. But 2021, gastric bypass, started getting approved by Medicare, Medicaid. I went in, I applied to get that surgery. Oh, if there was a chance to get that surgery taken down, I was willing to have just about anything done. So anyway, I got the gastric bypass. My stomach was so torn apart. So I didn't have, I wasn't what you would call a super responder. But I did lose 25 pounds, which got me down to 242 pounds, which I went in, and the knee doctor went ahead and gave me my 2 new knees, which was the game changer for me, has changed my whole life. Losing the weight, of course, but getting 2 new knees is, I did a year of physical therapy. I got out of the wheelchair. No more walker anymore, no more wheelchair. And I'm 64 years old. I'm getting around pretty good, and everything. But I'm going to the gym. I'm losing inches and pounds. Now, I've been on Mounjaro for 8 months, I figured out. Last April is when I started it. So 8 months. And I was in like the 220s when I started it, 198 now. So I've lost around 30 pounds since I've been on Mounjaro. But I'm up to the dose 10 now. Yeah, I'm on 10. And that has finally, that one's really kicking in. I guess I'm just not a super responder. Yeah. I'm not a super responder, but on 10, I'm definitely starting to feel it. Starting to have a little more trouble, like even wanting to eat at all. But what I found out when I was mindlessly eating the other day after Christmas, eating Christmas candy because it was in the house. Oh man. And I did not feel good the next day. I ate 5 pieces. I'm like, okay, you can have 5 pieces of this Christmas candy, the little tiny penny candy. Like the next day, I felt like crap all day long, and couldn't figure out what it was. And then I was like, oh my God, it had to be because I had that candy, because I haven't been eating a lot of candy. And so anyway, I am going to do everything I can to 2025 is going to be my year of cutting out sugar. I have tried really hard to cut out sugar, but not hard enough. Not hard enough. Nope. Not hard enough. So, sugar's in like almost 80% of all the foods in the stores. They pack it in there, the sugar companies, they pack it in so many of our foods. So that's why when I really did start losing weight, I know it was because I switched to non-processed foods. And that's a really big key. One thing that I am really doing over the last 10 years was cutting out processed foods, but now I'm going to be even more careful, a lot more careful. I want to quit consuming sugar as much as possible because, boy, one thing, I'm diabetic and it's no good for you. I mean, sugar is, oh my God, you know, we're supposed to have like 2 teaspoons of sugar a day is like plenty. Well, we're getting like 50, 60, way more than we should. And that's just eating stuff, you know, that nobody knows that sugar is in. It's hidden. Yeah. So anyway, that's my goal for 2025. I'm getting sugar out of my diet as much as possible. I am going to go to the gym a lot more. I'm going to build my muscles up a lot more. I want to get my loose skin surgery. That's my goal this year, to get my loose skin surgery. And I want to get down enough that I can get that done. I'm really close, like 18 more pounds. I think I can go to the doctor and start getting my loose skin surgery, at least set up and find out what I have to do. So those are my goals. I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of things that new tools that I'm adding to my program. You know, I believe in tools. These medicines are meant for us. Yes, these medicines are meant for us. 10 years ago when I was 400 pounds and in that wheelchair, my knees were constricted and I could hardly walk. I never dreamed there would be a medicine that works as good as these medicines work. And we deserve it. Yeah, it's time for diabetes it is so bad. People don't really realize, if you don't have diabetes or know someone with diabetes, people don't really realize how bad diabetes is, because it is. I mean, it wrecks your whole body. And my little granddaughter, she's only 8 years old, just got diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. And I'm just, you know, they have a lot of new ways of keeping track of it and stuff. So she has really good medical help and stuff, but it's very scary, very scary. So anyway, sugar 2025. I'm declaring war on sugar. And yeah, I'm in Wonderland. Yes, it's great to be in Wonderland. I'm sorry. So if you want to follow me, join Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. My girlfriends name my channel. Anyway, I would love it if you would follow me and watch my progress, and yeah, share some tips if you have tips for me. Yeah, and I have found this wonderful community on here that is so important, you know, a wonderful community. And I have found a wonderful community on here of people that are on the tirzepatide. I'm on Mounjaro, tirzepatide. So a lot of ladies that are on the medications. Yeah. And Downsizing Diva. Follow her and you will find all the others, because they follow her, and she's a teacher. Oh my God, she is so good at teaching people. She's just informang us every day. She's coming on with something, and I'm learning something new from her every day, which made me realize, you know what, I really need to get serious about this, because I've got a daughter I want to help. I got friends I want to help. I got people I want to help. And yeah, they say I've inspired them, so I want to be completely honest about everything I'm doing. And I have tried to be completely honest about everything with everyone. But yeah, I do need to sit down and tell it all, because I've done it all, people. I've done it all. The only thing I wouldn't recommend is having your jaws wired shut. I did that when I was 23 years old. No. That was a nightmare. That was an absolute nightmare. But I saw it in Cosmo. If you know that magazine from years ago, it was really famous, and a lot of people did that surgery. After that story came out, this woman who had lost 100 pounds had her jaws wired shut for a year. I lasted 6 months. I did lose 65 pounds. And I did keep it off for many, many years. But no, it was pure torture. I would never recommend that to anybody. Don't ever do it. It was horrible. You got Mounjaro. You got all these medicines. You got weight loss surgery. You got... Oh, there's so many tools now. So many tools.